Welcome to the Molybdenum Software Show. I'm here with Teo Emergent Mind.
Hello, hello.
We want to add pipe operator support to the tree-sitter Nix grammar. So let me run a Nixfake check first to get some cache, everything, and see how long it takes. But this time we are also downloading things because this is the very first time, although we did build the shell. Here's Node.js. Cool. Here's an editor. And our command is like nix build dot or just nix build. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, let's say nix build print out path, right? Here. So that's the out path. Now, if we make a change to the README, right, and say changed, we should still get the same out path and no rebuild, right?
Mm-hmm.
But from the look of it, the code, it seems I would suspect that we will have a change. And there we go. No. Yes, we did get a change.
Yep.
But it took very short time. So I don't know why. It's like on one hand, obviously the primary artifact was not rebuilt. On the other hand, we get a different out path.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like nearly there. So I suggest, so like we don't have a practical problem because our it seems like our workflow will not be hindered by this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we could probably just run with it for now, and if it becomes an issue, then we can solve it, fix it.
But I don't understand it. And I want to understand. Do you want to understand why we got, why was it not rebuilt? So we can do Nix tree, that store path. Oh. Tree-sitter Nix dev. So what's in this? Okay, rotate.
Okay.
If you see your screen again, it means I've rotated. Also, I'm going to turn my camera off because it's not really providing value and it's just reducing my privacy a little bit.
Share again, I guess.
Yes, unfortunately, in this platform, there can only be one screen share at a time. I much prefer to somehow leave all screens shared at the same time.
I might as well turn off my camera too, just for freeing up bandwidth's sake. Okay. Put this up here. Okay, so
first thing, mob T7.
All right, mob T7. There we go. So you had made a change to the README. We're trying to figure out why it didn't rebuild.
Why can't I right click? What's going on here? Remember that right click full screen?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Doesn't open that for me anymore.
Oh.
Let me reload.
I can make my screen
No.
bigger, I think.
No,
Oh no,
it's
this thing
definitely not your side.
No, I just mean as a mitigation thing. If it's too small, I could make it bigger. But
I'm reloading.
okay.
Huh. I joined using Chromium instead of Qt browser because I think my Qt browser has been having a memory leak problem when I screen share. But I still cannot get that context menu, the right click context menu to show up. Well, whatever.
Interesting.
You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, race underscore 64. All right. What would you like to do?
To show us that default.nix again, please. Oh, interesting. It actually is just an override attrs of the tree-sitter grammars package from Nix packages.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
And do you know what? Well, and source is overridden, of course. So if source is overridden, why would... So I guess it's I guess it did. I think what's happening is that this doesn't have much. Like what we've observed is that it didn't take long. Not that it did not rebuild. Like I mean, obviously it was rebuilt because we saw the derivation.
Yeah.
It was rebuilt. Just the rebuilding of it is trivial. It like takes Just a moment. Just a split second. But it should still filter the darn source, is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because these things, they compound, right? Like if this derivation changes, then whatever derivations that are based on it also change. But admittedly, this is less of a problem. Yeah, I mean, let's just fix it.
Sure, let's do that. I've never done source filtering because I've only ever really mucked around with my own config. I haven't done any like package editing or anything like that. So you will have to guide me on how to do
Sure.
that.
So let's start by making a branch.
Okay. This is going to be funny because I never do it from within. What do you want to call it?
I don't know what you mean. The mob tool?
Sure.
No, I was asking, what do you mean? You never.
Oh, I never do branch management or switching from within NeoVim because the way I used to do it doesn't work anymore, and I've just never gotten around. So I'm always switching out of the editor to do that sort of shit. But anyhow,
Right. I'll take it. I'll take the screen because the timer ran out.
Yep.
Mob T open here because my browser crashed, and I'll restore mob T7. Switch master. What's going on here? Result. That's random result. Git switch C. Source filtering. And then mob start with create flag. Are you typing something?
I was, yeah.
Unrelated, right?
Yep.
What is that? Push, set upstream, revless count, ambiguous arguments. I know what this is. Sorry. This is missing because I'm using bear. I'm cloning bear, so I'm always missing that line. So let me fix that fetch line. So I can go to any clone here, like this, for example. Grab a fetch line, and then go to clones, software. Makes tree sitter, next config. And for the origin, put that fetch line here. That should do the trick. So now I should be able to do mob start create. Good. So now you notice we're no longer in source filtering branch. We are mob/source filtering branch.
Okay.
And let's filter the source. So I don't. This we will replace with something that works better and works always, not just when it's the default value.
Okay.
But first, I'll go to the flake Nix, and I don't think source equals set. What is this build Rust package anyway? This is some sort of a check. This is editor config generated diff. Rust bindings. But it's only a check. It's not a package. These are all checks. Why?
Is there a source self elsewhere in this? Yeah. There you go.
Well,
that's still a binding though.
These are all these are all wrong. I mean, we don't have to fix all of them. We're working on this thing. So yeah. What I think we should do is cancel passing of source self here, because that does not filter, and instead go to default, which is over here, and do our filtering something like source equals filtered source, and then we don't need a default here, and then have a let's in, or do the source filtering here, right here in line. If we get this default.nix, I don't know whether anyone is why does it take a source argument at all? I don't think that's for public use. So I think I should just simply delete that. That's what I'm thinking.
Sure.
And then do something like, did I do this? Do something like lib to file set to source something source equals something file set, or maybe it's called root something file set equals something. Now as soon as my fingers do the right thing, did I break something? Oh yeah, I think I broke that. Well, I broke syntax somehow. Okay, I do mob next, which does the commit and a push.
Okay.
So now we have, if you look at the git log, this is what we have in master.
Okay.
Whatever we have in master, and there's one commit above that with some automatic commit message. And here's the last file edited, if you want to know.
Okay, cool. Switch over. Okay, I see mob T7. And what was the thing to update mob?
Update what?
To grab your changes?
I have not taught you that.
I thought I saw you do that, but
no, because I started the branch, so it's a different operation. I started it.
Gotcha.
So what
gotcha.
you should probably do is git fetch.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And now you can see the new branch.
Mm-hmm.
So you switch to two new branches. But don't switch to that one, switch to the base branch, source filtering.
Okay.
And then you
Why
can...
didn't that switch? Ugh.
It did not?
I think I did the wrong thing. There we go. Okay.
Now run mob start. You seem to have an untracked file, so the mob start failed. You probably want to git ignore that file globally.
I'll just RM it. Because it's just the same nvarc that you had.
Why would you remove it though? You need it.
Well, because I'm grabbing it from yours, am I not? Like
it's not checked in. What do you mean from mine? You have your .nvarc. That's I don't have mine.
Yeah, but if maybe I'm misunderstanding how this mob source thing works. Like, am I not going to have? Oh, I've got none of your stuff. I see.
Well, that because it failed. But you will as soon as it does not fail.
Yeah, but I ran it again.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And did that not work?
It did.
Okay.
But you're not going to get my .nvarc because it's not checked in. It's a personal
I see
file.
What you're saying. Gotcha. Okay.
I have a global git ignore on .nvarc files. And whenever I see a repository with a .nvarc file checked in, then I'm upset with them.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to have my own .nvarc.
Timer. What was it? Mob timer.
Room
equals red.
Red to Atara 10.
To Atara 10. Okay, there we go. So you're editing the default flake. I see. Gotcha. Okay. Where are we here?
Is it a colon or a semicolon on line?
There we go. Oops. That was it.
Okay. Could you give us absolute
right.
my numbers, please? And maybe from now on, do not close your editor.
Sure.
Habits are, it's hard to remember such a thing. Like, don't close your
Yeah.
editor if you're used to closing your editor.
I'm terrible for doing like stupid muscle memory things. Fat fingers and bad habits.
Then perhaps the better solution is to change that setting.
Well, I'll just try and remember.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
See how it goes.
If you could open the documentation for the file set library, it's in the Nix packages manual.
Do you usually go to the browser for that?
Mm-hmm. Text search file sets.
Why is it not coming up? Sorry, what was that? File search? File set?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
To source.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Let's take root and file set. The root is a path.
Oh man, this is slow. What is going on here? There we go. Okay.
Root is a path. That would be the path to wherever the source code, probably the root of the repo.
Mm-hmm. And then file set. Files to import.
File set will be the file set returned by some other file set library functions.
Okay.
Let's do one of them. The first rotate. Did you that page with the timer? Did you give it permissions to notify you?
Yep, I got a notification.
Okay, good.
So what do you want me to do in order for you to get these minimal changes that I made?
Execute mob next. After saving your file. Whoops. Okay. You see how your .env_c is now checked in?
Yes.
We don't want to do that because that's a change to the project.
Oh, right.
You probably want to ignore it in your home directory.
I normally do this through my Nix config, so I'm
Do it.
I totally can't remember how to get back to that. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Back over here.
after this is applied, you probably want to make a copy of that file and then remove that file.
Sorry, which file?
The .envar-c in the working directory. You probably like want to open it in the editor and then delete it,
Mm-hmm.
and then execute mob next, and then save it in your like write it. I think you might be in the wrong directory there.
Yeah. And I'll just add it back. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Show us git status. Clean.
Cool.
Right. I'll take it.
Okay.
Screen share. Share. I'm already sharing it. This is okay. Now I'm doing a mob t7 mob start. Cool. Root would be here. That's the root. And here we define the file set. Nix packages manual file set. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the contents of this directory. And we don't know what the instructions are. We probably want to like get an example of the contents of this derivation before we make a change. So let me do a mob next and then switch to master. Get something like a Nix build out link result dot master. Now we have a file here that is untracked. So I'm going to go do something like clones Molybdenum software tree. Actually, I put it in the wrong place. I didn't mean to put it in Molybdenum software. Well, config. No, actually, I didn't want to open that. Clones Molybdenum software info tree setter info exclude. There, I can exclude result star. That should do the trick. Does it not work because this doesn't work for work trees? It seems that does not work for work trees. Well, then what's the solution for work trees? Maybe it's a bit different for work trees. Maybe it can work, but it's a bit different. Let's see. Clones, Molybdenum software tree setter, work trees. Can I put info exclude here? Git there. Can I put info exclude? Let's see what I can put info exclude here. So if I open this, can I create a directory here using this thing? Sort by, rename, delete, no open here. Help, create. Can I? New file. Can I just do, whoops. I don't even know what just happened because I tried to edit. Oh, there are all sorts of, okay. Don't know how to do that. Make dir clones. Lieutenant tree, sitter, work trees, this one. Info. And then edits, clones, Lieutenant software. Tree sitter, work trees, that work tree info, exclude. Dot, not dot, result, star, write that, and it works.
Nice.
Okay. So now I can ls result to the master, and I have parser and queries. And in parser, I have, so can I do like recursive result? No, recursive tree, help. It's like ls
dot dot dot.
a result master. Whoops. Dot dir and what? I didn't need that. I meant maybe that. Dot this. The parser is a file, queries is directory, and has 4 SCM files. I think parser is an executable or a library file.
Okay.
Okay. So we should, like, if we end up with these same set of files, then it's a good indication we didn't break anything.
Okay. Sounds good.
So let me remove that and go back to mod/source filter, in which, and now we can rotate. I look at the time. I'm aware of the time, so I can rotate before the timer runs out, and that's best.
I see.
And I try to never let you remind me that I need to rotate.
Good call. Okay. Sharing. For some reason, whenever I choose which screen to share, like regardless of what software I'm using, in Wayland anyway, I have to select it twice. I
get that.
Yeah, you do.
I get that, but not with all software.
Oh, really?
Not with all software. I get that with Chromium, but I don't get that with Qt Browser.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I got it with Firefox, Chromium, OBS, Signal, Discord. Yeah. strange. Okay. So we do mob S, is that correct, to start?
The timer you can always start with mob T.
Yeah. And then
And now you can mob
S.
start.
Cool. Okay. And somehow, even though I didn't close my browser,
What?
or my editor.
Notice your mob T did not work because I don't see the timer going. It probably did not put. Do you have? No. You have a typo in your room value. That's why. It's it's all lowercase. Yeah. There.
Okay. And do I need to start again?
No. That's different.
Did it anyway. Okay, there we go. So do you know what you want to change the file set to here now, after looking at the whatever it was, the result on yours?
No, that was only to get an indication of what the end the out path should contain eventually, so that we don't end up
Gotcha. Yeah.
missing files because we filtered some source files out.
Okay.
We could start with an empty file set and seeing how it breaks.
Sure.
So get back to the documentation for file set. And go up to the list of functions.
Is that, oops.
Just scroll up. Oh, here. Is there empty? No, but we can use an empty unions. That yeah. No, empty unions plural, because that takes a list, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Unions. That's right, yeah?
Not quite.
Why does this... How's it unions?
File set is an argument to source.
Oops, fuck. What is going on here? File set is an argument to... Oh, right. So we go file set equals file set
Lib.
unions.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Lib file sets.
Lib file sets.
Okay. Lib file set unions empty. Let's see how that fails.
Okay. And sorry, what are we doing to test this?
Nix build.
I think I can do Nix or just NB. Yeah, I'll have to remember that next time.
It's actually in solo programming it's fine, but in mob programming, these
Better to type it out.
aliases,
That makes
yeah.
sense. Okay, so cannot build output pass, no such file or directory, which sort of makes sense because there's nothing there.
Right. So a file set is also just a path is a valid file set. So if there are not many files, we can, in the list given to unions, you can just pass in the path to that particular file. Does that make sense?
Yep. Is there a particular path or file that we want to pass in?
That particular file from the error.
Oh, I see.
Not as a string, a path. Path literal.
Right. Let's see.
Path literal start with dot slash. Now, I don't know that that's where it actually exists in the source, but that's a good guess.
Nix build that. Parser H, set file. Okay. Well, we picked it up anyway.
Yep.
H. So does this mean that we need to also add what's that? Oh no, sorry. Tree sitter.
No, notice that's not a path in the error. That's an include statement.
Oh, I see. I thought it was saying that here this bit was no such file.
There's some substitution going on there, so I think it'll probably be in the same directory as parser.c.
Okay. So we should look there. Is that right?
You have completion when you type.
Right. Aha, I see. Okay, so I'm getting my mob next warning though. So I'll type mob next. And then I'll stop my share.
You don't have to stop.
You just take it over. Okay.
Yeah. What I did is an optimization. I typed mob S7.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only because I know exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to do that if it confuses you.
No, I started doing it as soon as I saw you do that.
There's a directory here, tree sitter. Okay. So that would be source, tree sitter, that. Nix build. Without all that, because I don't want to override that. Okay, what do we have? I will do big L, because that's the build logs. No language found. Good. So that probably means we're missing, some language here. And I'm just going to guess that we need all of these files.
Okay.
Parser C. Oh, look at that. It includes the contents of it. It shows me. That's interesting. I think that's new. I think it's very new.
Yeah,
I think I got it on my latest, my bump from last night.
Nice.
Contents. What if it's a secret and I don't want to show it?
Spoiler alert.
So let's include this one. Let's include. So we have parser C, scanner, grammar JSON, and
Node types.
node types. Let's give it a sort and next build. Okay, now we have that. Let's take a look at results. Not quite. How does it go? That I don't remember.
Can you not just do dash T, ls dash T result? It should give you the tree, no?
This is new shell. It's not actual ls.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
We have to use a pattern here.
Okay. Star star slash star.
Yeah, but it's a subdirectory already, so I have to do something like this, and then star star slash star in that. But that does not really give me what I want, does it?
Can you do Control R in this to see your terminal history, your command line history? Because the one that you did worked, so I could just look for.
One did work. Something did work a while ago. This worked. Star star slash star. Well, I guess then.
Oh, it's because it's result.master. That's why. The one that worked.
Result.master has these files, and our new bundle does not. Our new, not bundle. Our new
Oh, I see.
result does not have. Okay. So where are these from? Here, queries. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Pull them in.
So we could be explicit, or we could be not explicit.
I mean, it makes sense to probably just pull them all in for now. But. So just to like quell some of my ignorance here, what we're doing is like, because we've set the source to root without specifying which files to pull in from the actual tree sitter, we're having to specify them all because we're like creating a new derivation that's tree sitter next dev. Is that correct?
We don't have to do this. What we have demonstrated is, I can demonstrate it again at BlueMob next. I'll switch to master. We do an X build, print outpaths. We have a certain hash.
Yeah.
We go to README. We did this with README, but let's do it with a different file.
Everything, we're just going to explicitly include stuff.
Let's do it with this file. If I delete this empty line, it should not affect the derivation at all, right? But let's build it again. And you see we have a different hash.
Right.
It's because the entire contents of the root of this repository ends up as a build input, as what's it called, a input source of that derivation. So
so this is like
sloppy.
This is pretty standard practice in like package development for Nix. Then is to
source filtering.
Source filter very explicitly like that.
Yeah. Well, how explicitly how explicit it is, like, up to you.
Project
We
dependent.
could include an entire directory, for example, instead of like, we could like include just queries and source and everything inside of these directories.
Gotcha.
That would work. Yeah, but then what happens if you end up like creating a markdown file inside one of those directories?
Right.
And then people start losing that benefit.
Is there a file source exclude? Did we look for that?
There is,
I can't remember
yeah.
if we look. There is.
The file set library has exclusion logic as well.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'll have lots of like very rudimentary questions.
And I will as well. If we start working on things I'm not familiar with, that's how it works.
Okay, mob 7. So mob S7 starts and sets the timer for 7. Cool. I like it. Efficiency. Change load file. Excellent. Every time I load a file, it does the changes the relative number thing. Super annoying. That's okay. Alrighty. So you figure that covers it all?
I don't know. Build it. See what we get.
Why didn't that go? I guess it builds. Okay.
It reminds you that you should use your alias.
Yeah. It's called you should use. It's a what do they call it? Oh My Zish plugin. Because I've got a lot of different aliases just to try and reduce RSI from typing all the time.
I think I saw it before.
Yeah, well, it's pretty handy.
Well, if you do mob programming, you will have reduced your typing by 50%.
Yeah, there you go.
At least.
At least, yeah. Awesome. Okay. So it looked like it built. Where do we go to check it? Check the results, or is that just good enough?
By default, you have a outlink result.
Oh, right. How do I want to check that? Just what's the best way to look at it? I guess
it's just a link to the store path, which happens to be a directory in this case. So just lists it however.
Right. Result, sure. Okay.
The heck is that?
Interesting. I guess LST does not do what I thought it did. It's just LSing the current directory. Let me see if I go to results and then LST here. Interesting. Oh. So if I do, what is it? Interesting. Anyway, we don't need to GIF on that right now.
Perhaps tree.
Yeah, tree.
I mean,
there you go. That's smart.
Sure.
That work. Okay.
So I think we have source filtering.
Good stuff. Do you want to commit that? I guess we are automatically doing that through mob. right.
What are those SCM files?
Let's have a look. Queries. Oops.
I think they're just copied as is.
I don't know.
Scheme.
That's what it is. Scheme, Lambda scheme. Ugh. Supply chain, there's going to be an extension.
Well, it looks like scheme.
Yeah, that makes sense. Scheme for what? Tree sitter, I guess.
For parsing.
Parsing tree sitter, yeah.
Parsing Nix.
Oh, I see. These are the schemes for parsing Nix within tree sitter.
Highlights and injections and locals and tags. So those are probably different. Look, keywords. If then else let inherit in rec with assert or.
Mm-hmm.
Identifier. There's like a match stuff. Yada yada.
Adder values. Escape sequence. There's one here for, where are we? 23, specifically doing adder paths. What do we got here? Punctuation, brackets. That's the end of that one. You want to look at injections?
Well, sure. I'm just like the contract here about with regards to source filtering. Try comment if one of these. Can you show me the list again, please?
This one? Oh, we're gonna be mob next. Error, current working directory to be, oh, right. Next. Okay, there we go.
This list, I can do an X-Flake check. I don't know what it checks for. But if I comment out, for example, the first SCM scheme file, and I do an X-Flake check, all the checks still seem to pass. So this makes me want to, like, these are not expected.
Okay.
What if I comment out that what it was grammar.json? I think this will fail. Okay, so this file is expected. What if I comment that one out? It's probably also expected. No, it's not expected. This is definitely
yeah,
needed.
Scanner as well, I would bet.
So this one is tested for. This one is tested for. Scanner was also probably. That one is tested for. And this one must be also tested for. These are not tested for. So for these, I think we should probably say something like include all SCM files in this directory, or maybe we should.
That makes sense.
Or maybe we should like have something. It's good enough. We can leave it. We have made an improvement. Does that make sense?
Yep.
We just submit this. This is better than not having filtering, I think. The risk is that someone adds a new file and they don't add it here.
Yeah, they don't know to add it. We could add something to the. Well, they don't really have a detailed README, but I don't know. Where would you put that? Where would you make a comment about that, saying that you should set these?
I wouldn't. I would do this and
I guess you would know.
Move on.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a difficult problem because it's the source of truth is not there's not a single source of truth. This is like a reflection on something else.
That makes sense.
So if we want to move towards committing this and submitting it via a PR, I would do something like, well, mob done. I would do git diff against the base branch to see what we have. I think this part also makes sense because it's not only source filtering, it's also saying this file can no longer accept a source argument. And that means that a user who might be using this, like via Flake, via the Flake, cannot like import default NICs and override source, but I don't think they want to anyway. And you know what? They can still override source because they can still use override adders again. So I think this was silly anyway.
Okay.
On the other hand, another part of it is that flake.nix also has like has more of this source, other derivations, like for example this. But it's like, well, these Rust bindings, where are they? They're only a check. They're not exposed by this package. They're only a check, right? Nix Flake show. Packages are just this, and this is the same as that. These Rust binding checks are just checks. They're not exposed. Maybe if we take a look at go over here and go to WorkTree's Nix packages, and what does this do? Default.nix tree sitter grammars, tree sitter nix. Right? So in Nix packages, if we look for tree sitter nix, I don't quite see it here. tree-sitter Nix text search. It's this one. Yeah. Well, you can see that this does not have source filtering. This just fetches the entire source. So in that sense, the Nix packages package has the same problem. It does not do any source filtering. So if anything changes, but I think many Nix packages have this problem.
Probably, yeah.
But what I wanted to see is whether the Rust, whether this has any Rust. I don't know where build grammars comes from. Build grammar. Tree sitter is not written in Rust. What is going on here? Is it? Did I miss something and tree sitter got rewritten in Rust?
I don't think so. Could check, I guess, but that would be pretty new. I mean,
maybe there's a Rust package called
Rust
tree sitter that does wraps tree sitter somehow. But this is not even a function. It's just, what is the source? The source is tree sitter. So there is a Rust crate defined there in tree sitter. But what did I want to find out? I'm sorry for also not rotating it.
oh no, that's fine.
Wanted to spare you going into Nix packages and looking at stuff. I wanted to see whether, well, the Rust bindings for Nix tree. I don't know what those Rust bindings are, and I wanted to see whether Nix packages could answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
But in any case, I have no changes. So I don't have to execute mob next.
Okay.
Also, tell me how long you want this session to be.
I should probably go pretty soon. It's getting late here. My wife got home from work a little while ago, so probably shouldn't do too much more. Yeah, maybe end at the top of the hour.
Sure.
So we do mob start 7. Okay. Oh, I guess since there wasn't changes, I could have just done mob T. That's okay. All right. So what do you figure now?
Well, look at the other things here that don't have, that use a source but don't have source filtering.
Like within
Flake
the entire thing or just the flake? Okay.
Like other uses of self.
So there's the derivation.
Search for self.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
That's where self comes from, and then this is okay. Here's line 50.
Mm-hmm.
Generated diff. If the generated code differs from the checked, we need to check in the newly generated sources. I don't know what that means. Generated.
Yeah, so I think it's saying because whatever gets generated is going to be in source as a
Well,
change, and then self/source is going to be the actual like original source, right?
well, I think first, I think we understand here that there is some generated code.
Mm-hmm. What is this in? NPM checks.
It's a check called generated diff, and there's a function here called make check. Don't know what that is. Where does that come from? Oh, I see, 21. Name and check. It's a run command.
Okay.
It's a run command that it inherits the native build inputs from the dev shell. I don't know why that is. Okay, I guess that makes some sort of sense. I think it's kind of inverted. Yeah, so it copies everything from self. Again, no filtering.
No filtering. Yeah, there you
Pretty
go.
bad.
That's a good reason in itself, just to not have that.
But it doesn't. It shouldn't do that, right? Like there are better ways.
Mm-hmm.
It does a chmod, and it does cd into there, and then it runs whatever that check is. And then if that succeeds, it touches out. Because otherwise the derivation fails to build.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we're using this for editor config, which runs editor config checker. Fine, whatever. We're using it for the generated editor config checker does need all of the files because it checks all the files. Mm-hmm. So that kind of makes sense. But for generated diff check, it's not correct because it doesn't need all of the files. It needs only self source, what's in the source directory.
Yeah, but that's set. So.
But also, these are just checks. Nothing else depends on them. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they're causing a cascade of cache invalidation. So I wouldn't go and apply source filtering here. I would probably do it differently if I wrote it from scratch, but I don't think we should bother. Is anywhere else make check used? Treefmt? Okay, whatever. There are better ways of using treefmt, but that's fine. And the Rust bindings, again, it's just a check. So I think if self is not used anywhere else, I think we're good. Can you see where they're self used anywhere?
So there's the one in this node bindings thing, which I imagine is similar to that, which would make sense why there was the npm run in generated diff.
And also, this is just. Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I was wondering earlier why npm would be in there, but with node it makes sense. So,
and again, this is just a check, so whatever.
Yeah. Next,
we have applied source filtering where it most matters in the package. Mm-hmm. I think actually where it most matters is in the package in Nix packages, which is where we did not apply source filtering. But this is a small improvement for those working on the project. I think it's good to have this.
Okay. should switch over, I guess. Mob. I didn't make any changes, so just let it run out. Is that what you do if you're going to
There's
do
no
a
need.
switch?
You don't need to let it run out. Just let me know that you've rotated somehow. You can. I told you if you see your own screen and my screen, then you know that I've rotated.
Gotcha.
You might be using two screens. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, did you rotate?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So in this case, I'll do another git diff, source filtering. I think this is good. So I'll do a mob done. This puts me back in the base branch with all the changes. It also deletes that mob branch. And you can do diff, and they're staged. So changes are staged. Let's do a git commit. Let's do a git log. It seems like they're using, this project uses conventional commits. In some of the cases, like this is not conventional commits. Here, delete all that, and I have the co-authored by automatically, and I can do something like source filtering, source filter package, the package. Or something. Filter the package source. Here. Good?
Yeah, that looks good. Yep.
Okay. I'll do a GHPR create draft. Push it there. That's a good title. Edit the body. Do something like I don't know, it's like no comment. Submit as draft. GitHub PR view web. Let's take a look at the, just check here. It's using cachix install Nix action and then generate Nix matrix. And then the next, we end up with this matrix of checks. This one is Mac. This one is, let's look at the summary.
Probably runs each different system concurrently, kind of thing. System check.
NS Cloud Ubuntu 22.04. Come on. This one I get the tooltip. The others I don't get the tooltip.
Yeah, these you don't. Interesting. Is that, can you go over that tooltip again real quick? Oh, it looked like it changed. Yeah, so Darwin, I suspect that there's one for ARM. Yeah. Oh, it is different stuff. x86, 64, generated. Cool.
In the few minutes we have left, we can try to see how this does this actually, where are we actually what is the generated code and what is the source of truth in this repository. Here are some bindings, Rust bindings, node bindings. What the heck that is? Oh, maybe it's for testing.
Yeah.
Is the source of truth the the scheme? Maybe it's like scheme compiled to C. I would guess that these are this is the source of truth.
That would make sense, I think.
I never edited Scheme, never even read Scheme.
No, me neither.
Okay, I'll mark this as ready for review, okay?
Yep, all good.
And we can continue next time. Or I might continue with someone else. That's also a possibility. I think we did something.
Yeah. Thanks for your patience.
Of course.
Yeah. So many different things to learn and do. But it's good. That mob software is pretty cool. It's got a lot of slick features, it seems. Much better than what you would typically do in a paired programming remotely.
Okay, let's say goodbye to the audience. Thank you for watching.
Thanks.